Dear friends, let us discuss probiotics and prebiotics. Probiotics are live microorganisms that, when administered in adequate quantities, provide health benefit on the host. Probiotics support the balance of beneficial microorganisms in the gut and promote overall health, like enhancing digestion, boosting immune function, improving nutrient absorption. There are many other beneficial effects attributed to probiotics which you can study later. Can you name a few probiotics? Look at this. Bifidobacterium breve. Breve means short. Longum. Lactobacillus acidophilus. Saccharomyces boulardii. These three are bacteria, whereas Saccharomyces boulardii is a fungus. So don't think that probiotics include only bacteria. Probiotics include fungi also. Many of the traditional food items we eat contain adequate amount of probiotics. For example, curd contains lactobacilli. Fermented boiled rice contain yeast like Saccharomyces. I still remember in my childhood, my mother keep the fermented boiled rice for breakfast. She keeps this boiled rice which is left over, adding water overnight. In the morning, my mother mixes the fermented boiled rice with curd. She also provide one more food items that contains probiotic along with these two. Can you say what is that? That is pickle. Pickle also contains adequate amount of probiotics. Remember, only pickles fermented with salt contain probiotics, not the vinegar fermented pickles. Most of the time in household pickle preparation, we use only salt, right? So traditionally, the food items we eat, they contain adequate amount of probiotics. This is a list of traditional food items which contain probiotics. You can see there is something kimchi, kombucha and all. Kombucha is a fermented tea. It's a fermented tea. Apple cider vinegar is in news for enhancing even glycemic control also. So they say that in the morning, in empty stomach, you take apple cider vinegar. So this helps in glycemic control. This is the data sheet of a commercially available probiotic preparation. Look at the organism: Lactobacillus, Bifidobacterium, Saccharomyces. So you have the most common probiotics. So this is in billion. What is this billion? So this means CFU. So 0.6 billion colony forming unit. CFU means colony forming unit. Right. So along with live microorganisms, there is fructooligosaccharides. What is this fructooligosaccharides? This belongs to a category of prebiotic. So what are prebiotics? These are non-digestible food ingredients. They are non-digestible, but they serve as a substrate for beneficial gut bacteria. So the beneficial gut bacteria, that is the probiotic, they use prebiotics as energy source. Prebiotics support the balance of gut microbiota. So prebiotics are used by the good bacteria, not by the bad bacteria. Prebiotics enhance digestion, improve nutrient absorption. These are the few prebiotics: inulin, fructooligosaccharides, and resistant starch. Inulin is a polymer of fructose. So this is a fructosan, right? So we know inulin, right? Inulin is used in measurement of glomerular filtration rate, inulin clearance test. I hope you remember this fact. What is resistant starch? I will make a separate video on resistant starch. Fructooligosaccharides. So these are oligosaccharides made up of fructose. The word itself is self-explanatory. Remember, although all prebiotics are fiber, see inulin is a dietary fiber, right? Inulin is a dietary fiber present in garlic and onion. Okay, so all prebiotics are dietary fiber, but not all fiber is prebiotic. Remember this very important fact. So probiotics are live microorganisms that eat prebiotics. Remember, probiotics eat prebiotics. Probiotics are the superhero of our gut. Prebiotics are the energy source for probiotics. Okay? Always remember this. Look at this. Probiotics and prebiotics are used therapeutically for a condition called intestinal dysbiosis. So, what is intestinal dysbiosis? This is a condition where the number of beneficial bacteria is low, the number of harmful bacteria is high in the intestine. Antibiotics, fat rich diet, environment, and certain host factors, genetic susceptibility can all induce dysbiosis in the gut. So, here we are seeing one example of dysbiosis, that is Clostridium difficile infection. So, in this condition, there is decreased microbial diversity. See, proteobacteria level is high, Clostridium difficile infection is there. This is associated with increased level of sugar alcohol and sialic acid. Also, there is increased primary bile acid. Why? You know that primary bile acids are converted to secondary bile acids by the gut bacteria. So, whenever there is dysbiosis, this conversion is impaired. That is why primary bile acids are accumulating in gut dysbiosis. So, how are we going to treat gut dysbiosis? There are many treatment modalities like diet and antibiotics to tackle the pathogenic bacteria. One of the important treatment options for gut dysbiosis is fecal transplantation. You may be knowing kidney transplantation, heart transplantation. So, have you heard of fecal transplantation? This involves transferring healthy microbiota from a donor's stool to the patient's colon. So, this process involves screening of the donor stool for pathogens and all. There is enough preparation of the stool, then only through colonoscopy, fecal transplantation is done. So, this is done for gut dysbiosis associated with Clostridium difficile infection, right? So, you can see that there is fecal transplantation. So, once you do fecal transplantation, the level of good bacteria like bacteroids level increases. There is now adequate secondary bile acids. That means we have adequate good bacteria in our gut. So, I hope you have learned what are probiotics, what are prebiotics, and now you are also aware of fecal transplantation. There will be a separate video on resistant starch. If there is any doubts, feel free to ask me in the comment section. Happy learning. Share this video with your friends.